Okay, we're back already because
Part two, because
part
Greg's
two,
awesome.
parte dos. Greg is a very
Machine.
whippersnapper, and he added me. So, what I'm going to do, just to kind of like pick up back where we're at, is in the meantime, when the recording was stopped, Paul and I just kept hanging out because we love each other, and I was like, just to be clear, what is a pixel? And right, or slash tag, and that also kind of confuses me because sorry, my hair's all over the place. They're the same thing. I think it's silly that there's two different terms, but I digress. So basically, like my understanding,
Like a customer or a client or a patient kind of thing.
or a campaign, right? I hate that so much. So my like layperson explanation was like a pixel is just like when you land on a site or something happens, you can fire code that identifies that it happened, or that the visit happened, or the scroll happened, or whatever like the trigger event might be. You can set a pixel to look for that thing and then be the trigger. And then I also learned offline that the point of the Google Tag Manager is you can set all the triggers for the various events. But you can have a bajillion different kinds of actions, because the trigger might be you landed on this page, but you can fire off the Facebook pixel, the LinkedIn pixel, the Twitter pixel, the whatever pixel, the Jade pixel. You can fire them off so that the retargeting and the information is being sent to wherever you need it to go, even though you have one trigger tag pixel event, right?
Yep, you got it. You got it. It's like you have one web form goal and then you just hook up like 40 sequences to it. Like that's kind of the idea.
Yes. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen, Google Chrome here. Okay,
Cool.
so since Greg added me, I refreshed the page and boom, you see I have an invitation at the top here. So let's do that.
Let's accept all that.
Okay, accept.
Cool.
Bam.
So if you didn't have an account, and this wasn't being shared, in the upper right, you would go to the create account button, and it's almost just like Google Analytics. You give it a name, and then you say, okay, this is going to be for a website. And then basically you get to this page.
Cool.
All right. So let's open that bad boy up. And the way that this navigation works is you have the menu on the left, and then your workspace is going to kind of be on the right. So there's tags, triggers, variables, and then folders and templates are a little more advanced. Let's go look at the tags, which this is my first time ever seeing his tag manager, so this is cool.
It's my first time knowing that tagmanager.google.com exists, so we're doing
Look
great.
at this. This is beautiful. He set up Google Analytics, Universal Analytics 6 years ago. Oh. And now we're going to go ahead and update it to GA4.
So I'm assuming it's the GTM for Google Tag Manager, right?
That's just what it was named. And you can see, the type, though, was that Universal Analytics. So Google Analytics version 3. So go ahead and actually close this guy out. Okay. And in the upper right, let's add a new pixel.
Oh, so we're not going to change. We're not going to change the old one?
No, eventually we'll just pause it and turn it off. But for right now, there's not really any harm in having analytics, universal, and then also GA4. So
should I have this open and like remember how he has it set?
Nope, because it's two completely different things. Okay. So that's why I'm saying let's just go add a new tag. In the upper left, we always want to get in the habit of giving it a name and throwing it in a good folder. I'm sorry. No, you're in the right place. So
I'm just going to copy so that we have a similar naming convention, because I don't want to make stuff up in someone else's account.
Cool. And let's say like GA4 GTM or something like that. Even though that's, that's almost like putting the word tag inside a name tag, but that's okay.
Yeah, right.
And then for the folder icon to the right, though, of the name, let's just create a new folder and let's just call it Google for right now. In general, it's kind of like putting categories on campaigns.
Oh,
clean.
Okay. I like how we keep sending it back to Campaign Builder because like A, we know our audience, and B, like that honestly helps me understand like the relationship of all these moving pieces.
Yeah, yeah, because a tag and keep is completely different than a tag here. So so for tag configuration, cool. So let's go set it up. And then we have GA4 configuration.
And would event be the triggering down there?
Close. The event would be an event. So a purchase or a lead or something like that. So it's like the difference between like the base pixel and the, that pixel. Oh, cool. And then on the, I don't think there's anything else to set. No user properties, no advanced settings. We're not doing any of that kind of stuff. But under the triggering, we just need to say, hey, fire on all pages. And that's one of the triggers that comes out of the box with Google Tag Manager, which is nice. So now in the upper right, we can go ahead and hit save. And that's it. And now, and of course, we have to publish it just like a blog post or something. So in the upper right, let's go ahead and make sure we submit this and say, Google Analytics 4.
Okay. Should I organize this other one under Google, or would that change stuff?
Well, what that's going to do is make things cleaner, which I'm all about. But let me show you an even faster, more efficient way to do it. Jade, go to folders on the left. I know, right? So at the top, you can expand the unfiled items. And so now you can select things. So I do the GA settings and the MonkeyPod GA. And then you can see in the upper right, there's the move drop down. You can move those right into Google.
Oh, look at us.
And then, let's do ConvertBox, since that's the thing here. So select everything and then unselect the Facebook pixel. Save yourself some clicks. And then do folder from selected. Now you're in the right place. And then we'll just call it ConvertBox. And then we'll just move all those items into there. And then
you're welcome, Greg. We're organizing as we go.
Yeah. And then let's do it one more time. Select it, and we'll make a new folder for, we'll just call it like meta. Cool. So now everything is super organized.
I love it. Okay. And then I click submit.
Now we can go ahead and submit the changes again, just like a blog post. And so there's, version name, version description. Now, these are optional. You don't actually have to use these. I like it though. Don't worry about the dates though, because there's a log of it.
Oh, okay.
If anything, I would say something like Jade and Paul GA4 install, something like that. And then you can copy paste that also into the description, or leave a journal entry. The versions are actually really helpful for debugging and things like that. And you can see what are we changing, just like if we were publishing a campaign. And then you go publish it, and then
saying like no one's listening. I don't like that. They say dance like nobody's watching. I dance like everybody's watching.
Oh, of course. So now if I go into MonkeyPod, we should now see Google Analytics 4's report. I'm looking on my end, but there.
Wait, did we actually install things?
Jade, we already did it. Like I said, this could have been a 5-minute process if you can get into analytics and you can get into Tag Manager.
Okay, hold on. Okay, but back to Jade, who doesn't understand this. So on the page, since we can see in the code that he added, it says the GA4 isn't something that we install on the site. It says, hey, everything is managed by Tag Manager, so do it there instead. So then we went to, is that correct? Okay. So then we went to Tag Manager.
Well, remember, it's like a blog post. So as soon as you publish it or a campaign, it's live.
Oh, so there's the measurement ID. Okay. So when
we just published that.
Okay.
Right? It's super cool, but it's completely invisible. It's invisible. The average person isn't going to know what's going on,
Okay. So maybe someday we'll record maybe a part 3. I was going to say part 2, but So the point of this video was installing GA4 and understanding what we're doing, where and why and how. So my assumption is some people watching this video, they're like, oh my gosh, I probably have to do that too. Well, you should, you have to, you do have to do it if you have Google Analytics and update to GA4. Other people who are not utilizing Tag Manager would be installing it directly into their site. Is that correct?
Mhm. So
And
if you're
it would
using
likely be
WordPress,
here.
yeah, I would recommend Google Site Kit, which is Google's official WordPress plugin for their tools. So it's nice and stable, nice and secure, and you can install Site Kit, activate it, and then hook it right up to Google Analytics 4.
So if you were installing it directly in your site, is there somewhere where Analytics gives you code to paste into sections like this?
Yes. Yes, there is. So I'll show you where that is. Go back to Google Analytics, go hit the little gear symbol-y there, and go to the data streams, and then open that bad boy up. And then there will be, if you scroll down, there's the tag settings and the code and all the stuff that you would get. So view tag instructions at the very bottom.
Oh, okay.
And so this will show you, hit the to the right, the install manually, and that's where it actually spits out the raw code of, hey, here's what you got.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
Using Tag Manager, learn more. So this is probably where Greg was like, heck yes, I'm using Tag Manager.
You can see there's a bunch of built-in things, but again, that SiteKit plugin is super easy. And then if you're using like Wix or Squarespace, they have built-in spots where you just, again, paste in the measurement ID. Here you go, just like with Keep does with their landing pages. Paste in the ID. Here you go.
Cool. Team, we did it. We made sure he had GA4. We grabbed the measurement ID. We plugged it into Google Tag Manager and published the version. Alternatively, if you're installing the code directly into your WordPress theme, you would get that from the data streams and clicking on your GA4 and spitting out the code from the view tag instructions. Yeah,
like I said, it really is. It's not. It takes way more to learn and understand it than to actually do it, kind of thing.
Oh yeah,
because it really is that simple. Just make the new thing and pop in the new ID.
Yeah,
and then
I'm 100% going to watch this when I do it for my site.
Oh yeah.
Even though you just walked me through it, I'm going to watch the recording and then like pretend. So guys, it's okay if you're like, because we can't all be Paul. You know what I mean?
We don't want that. We don't want everybody to be Paul either. That would be a very interesting world. But this has also been, again, a lot of trial and error, a lot of clients, a lot of learning this. So again, the reason why it can be like, go here is because we've had to figure this out. We've been forced to figure it out.
Here's my last question before we stop the recording. What is your parting wisdom for people who are know that they're getting emails about GA4 and they're intimidated by it?
Well, if you're intimidated by it, go seek counsel of a friend or a professional to make you not feel intimidated by it. And it's happening. Yes.
So you do have to do it. Like if you don't do it, then Google Analytics will stop working on your site.
Yeah. I think in July or June of 23, they just shut those endpoints off. So even if you're sending data from your website, they don't care. They're not going to collect it. You've had a year to make this update.
Cool. Okay. That's your fair warning, y'all. 2023 is the time to get that cleaned up before summer. And if you have questions, if you have questions and you're an OG member, you can obviously ping Paul in the group. And we can all support each other. And if you're not an OG member yet,
you should be.
It'll be great. Cool. Okay, everyone, thank you so much for coming on this wild ride and being patient with my questions. And we're here for you if you have anything. So thank you so much, everybody.
Bye.